Rude woman calls cops on girl selling water, but then the cops make her regret it. Just recently, a video went viral on the internet. It was the video of an angry woman who called the police on a young girl. The woman claimed that the girl of 8 was illegally selling water on the street. When a person pictures a little girl selling water on the side of the street, generally their mind doesn't jump to the conclusion that what she's doing is probably illegal. It's probably safe to say that most wouldn't give it a second thought and just allow the girl to continue her operation so long as no one's being harmed. The real name of the woman has been discovered to be Alison Attell, who has an alias of Permit Patty. A Twitter user who goes by the name of _Ethiopian Gold and Instagram user Lady Eso Wavy shared on these respective platforms the original video of Attell appearing to report the girl, who was a relative to both of them. This woman didn't want a little girl selling some water. She's calling the police on an 8-year-old. The child's mother is heard saying in the video, "You can hide all you want, but the whole world is going to see you, boo." Attell told HuffPost, "This has no racial component to it." She's also said she only pretended to call the police. Attell added that the incident, which has left her feeling horrible and heart-wrenched, began because the girl's mother was screaming. She asked the building security to intervene, but said they could do nothing. Technically, the little girl and her mother were doing nothing wrong. If they were actually doing something wrong, security would have intervened and escalated it to police if necessary. They were screaming about what they were selling, she said. It was literally nonstop. It was every 2 seconds. "Come and buy my water." It was continuous, and it wasn't a soft voice, it was screaming. She said that she'd been hearing the little girl and her mother from her open office window. "I have no problem with enterprising young women," Attell added. "I want to support that little girl. It was all the mother and just about being quiet." "It was stupid," she concluded. "I completely regret that I handled it so poorly. It was completely stress-related, and I should never have confronted her. That was a mistake, a complete mistake. Please don't make me sound horrible." The internet, however, chooses its own court, and internet users, who are of course judges, are very hard to convince. When the woman was investigated, there was a hint that suggested that Attell herself might be missing a permit, even though she has a business, a company called Treat Well Health, which is actively involved in creating cannabis products for humans and animals. The selling of water was a legal gray area. It's quite ironic how a woman wanted to have the police called on an 8-year-old girl because they didn't have a permit to be selling water, but in actuality, she's guilty of the same thing that she tried to get the little girl in trouble over. Once the internet gets their hands on something, there's no stopping it, and it will remain on the internet somewhere forever. Luckily for this woman, the internet tends to move on to something else rather quickly, but her experience will remain on the internet indefinitely. Attell has also been slated to appear in a documentary about women in the cannabis industry. After the video went viral, the director of the film has announced that he regrets to drop Attell from the project. Critics have also called for a boycott of Treatwell. At least 3 Bay Area retailers, Magnolia Oakland, Spark, and Barbary Coast, have announced that they will no longer carry the company's products because of the Permit Patty incident. To think that all this damage to her business stemmed from her handling a situation involving a child poorly. It's pretty obvious that if she only knew that the outcome would have been, she would have stayed inside her office that day, allowing the little girl to do what she wanted. This surely is a trying moment for Attell. What do you think? Do you think the internet was wrong? Do you think companies and even the director could have been patient with Attell? Perhaps they should have been more understanding. Tell us what you think about all this in the comment section.